Welcome back to Not Quite My Tempo with Chris. I've been in an action movie mood lately, and I wanted to finally get around to watching some films from one of the action movie greats that I haven't really done a dive into his filmography yet, and that is Jackie Chan. I've seen some of his Hollywood films like the Rush Hour trilogy, but the films we're talking about today are three of his films from Hong Kong, three of his action movie classics from the 80s. This guy is a generational talent. It has taken me way too long to watch his work, and I've enjoyed all three of these movies. Let's get right into these mini reviews. I will spoil some things here and there. The first film I watched, going in release order here with these, is 1978's Drunken Master. Directed by Wen Wu Ping, Wong Fei Hung is a mischievous yet righteous young man, but after a series of incidents, his frustrated father has him disciplined by a master of drunken martial arts. This is one of his earlier films that I've heard so much about. I've actually heard even better things about the sequel. All the films I'm talking about here do have sequels, so I will likely do a follow-up video talking about those. For Drunken Master, the fights here are excellent right from the jump. With Jackie Chan as a performer, his style is really something I've never seen before, pulled off with so much mastery. He brings an incredible physical ability and agility, the way he moves, how fast he is. The fight choreography is so detailed and clever. Some of my favorite fights here are the scene where he's fighting the thief with the ears of corn getting sliced, and he's dodging the sword. The opening is a great introduction to the assassin character, and the finale in seeing him channel the drunken gods to defeat him. Huang Jiangli as Thunderleg is also so impressive with the kicks and as a fighting partner here. For being one of his earlier films and being so young, Jackie Chan still shows his brilliant work here. The way little details like corn come into fights to add so much dimension and humor, the way these sets are constructed so he can move around swiftly, gain the upper hand on his opponents. There's so much intensity and fluidity that make them so engaging and entertaining. As for the training part, you get some moments here with him and the teacher, played by Siu Tin Wen. He keeps trying to escape the training and coming up with mischievous ways. The scene where he's filling the bucket with the teacups. The character has a fun balance with that mischief, but also having a good heart that makes you like him. He'll cause a little trouble, but when he sees someone innocent in trouble, he'll use his kung fu skills to help. Now with this movie, the plot is extremely thin. The whole business rival thing with his father and Thunderleg being brought in as an assassin, it certainly feels like they were just looking to have enough plot to keep things moving so the fights can happen. And they absolutely do. And there's some comedy throughout as well. But when it gets to some of these scenes with throwing together this conspiracy kind of thing, you can feel the lack of interest, and it rubbed off on me. It would have been nice to have more of a story along with the action, but the fights and comedy work really well. This is considered a Jackie Chan classic for a reason. I enjoyed it a lot. The second of his films I watched is 1983's Project A. Directed by Jackie Chan, fighting against pirates at the turn of the 20th century, the Hong Kong Navy are failing miserably. It's up to Sergeant Dragon Ma to take matters into his own hands. This is probably my favorite of these three movies. I really enjoyed this movie. With the action, again, just incredible stuff here. Some of my favorites of this movie were the fight with the chandelier and the staircases, the third act with saving the hostages and taking down the pirates, and the chase sequence throughout the streets with the clock tower fight and fall. That sequence through the streets really blew my mind. You have the chase element that's exciting, combined with the choreography and clever environmental details like the bicycles, the way the streets are built so he can show off his agility to slip around these guys. The clock tower sequence in that fall is such a showcase at his dedication to his craft. This guy is a true entertainer and brings so much energy and risks his life to create thrilling sequences. The level of entertainment value here is just tremendous. With the pirate setting, I enjoy the aesthetic with the Royal Navy, the ships, swords, the pirate costumes. It's just a cool different vibe that still has all the Jackie Chan action you could ask for. I would also say this movie has the best story of the three here. It's still not great. It can get a tad over-convoluted with the mob plot working into the pirate takedown goal, and the dialogue is very cheesy, but there's more of a clear mission from the start here, who the villain is, these plans to try to take them down. There's also some fun side characters here like Sammo Cambo Hung as Fei. He's more interesting as this guy that's working with Jackie Chan's character, but also working his own game at the same time, and he brings a lot to the fights as well. I really enjoyed him as part of this story, and the movie builds to a strong finale with great fights, some trickery and deception, levels and setbacks in the plan, and there's a clear goal and satisfaction at the end when the villain is defeated and the hostages are saved. This movie worked the best for me on a story level, and the fights and stunts are some of my favorite here. This is such an entertaining film. What an incredible energy and dedication Jackie Chan brings to his films that is shown in every moment of this film. The third film I watched is 1985's Police Story. Directed by Jackie Chan, a virtuous Hong Kong police officer must clear his good name when the drug lord he is after frames him for the murder of a dirty cop. This is considered a Jackie Chan classic. I'm a little more mixed on this one. The fights are still top-notch, the big ones being the scene with the cars, the shattering the glass there. This is some of the most destructive environments of these films. The mall fight is a classic. The choreography there and the way this very crowded setting is used to destroy the set and take guys down in clever ways. The clothes rack in that fight is so cool. Him also doing the stunt where he swings down the Christmas lights is insane. That is a crazy stunt that again showcases his dedication and how he goes all out. Also with the action is some solid shootouts, particularly that opening sequence in the streets. There's a good amount of intensity there. It's not the standout when it comes to the action, but it's decent. The part of that opening I really love is the cane stunt where he's hanging off the bus and being dragged. That is such a cool element to that chase. Overall, every fight has a lot to it, with the choreography and environments, of course, but also some tension. There's the witness plot that makes him have to protect her at points that keeps things even more intense. When it comes to that story, it's pretty dull. The scenes with him and the witness character drag on, and the plot with the crime lord characters and the witness feels pretty drawn out, without having much actual plot or developments to it. There's the framing thing that's pretty interesting, but other than that, this story doesn't have that constant intensity, especially with the action disappearing for long stretches of time. There's about 3 excellent fights, and the rest between is a so-so story with cheesy dialogue and unengaging characters. The humor also got pretty annoying for me. Some bits like the phone scene, the courtroom misunderstanding bit, they feel like they go on forever, and I didn't find them very funny here. So this movie has some of the best of these films. That mall fight is an all-timer, but the in-between moments and story really drag, and it can be a little irritating with the humor. I wish I could say I really love this movie with how strong the action we do get is, but it's very sparse and spaced out. I wanted more of that intensity of something like Project A. Still some masterful stuff here. That's going to be it for me today on Not Quite My Tempo with Chris. Let me know what you think of these films in the comments below, and if you want me to do the sequel follow-up video for all these film sequels. And I will be back on Saturday with a review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Until then, enjoy.